Next game is another. Oh, let's. I'm gonna actually update the title. I know that Mr. Leo likes to do it, but let me do it for myself for once. Next game is 1942. This is another Micronics game. Technically, this is a Capcom game, but they didn't port it themselves. Let's put that in there. 1942. This one. Alright. You rate it low on stream, but later you'll bump up the score. I have done that before. Well, sometimes I like change my mind later. So like that, it's not on purpose though. No, I don't think I'm gonna be changing that one. Honestly, it could be a 2 or a 3. If I was feeling generous, it might be a 3. Could not go any higher than 3. It's just not a good game. It's just. I mean, putting aside the fact that it's really repetitive, it's just like the gameplay is just not fun because it's like there's just nothing to it. You just sit in the corner, and you just like hope you don't get shot every level. Like, this is a dumb game, you know. But it does have good music, so it's got that going for it. Oh, hold on a second, somebody's sending me a message. Alright, so, anyway, yeah, 1942. This is the 86th game for Famicom. Another shooter, so 2 shooters back to back. And this is by the infamous Micronics, is who ported this game. Capcom published it, but Micronics actually did the work. Supposedly, the rumor is that Micronics was just one single dude who just like kind of like made these games in his basement. So this, I think, I have seen the game before. I played a little bit of it. I think that this could be one of the more infamous of their ports because this is a really pretty bad port of a game that's. How do you not like 1942? Well, the arcade game is fine, but are you fan? What you mean? You mean on the arcade game, or do you mean this? So anyway, this is 1942. Let's check out that music. Oh, I just died. Here, let's start over. Oh, so yeah, so the win requirement for this game is to play through 32 stages. There's no way in hell we're gonna do that. So we will not be beating this game. Spoilers now. You played it when you were a kid? I actually never got around to playing this as a kid. At least, or maybe I did. If I did, I don't remember. It's not really a very memorable game. You know, I'm gonna be honest. I think that I don't really remember that much about the arcade either. But I have a feeling that the arcade game probably wouldn't really hold up that well. Because this is just one of those early arcade games that just is not. It's just a little too simple, I think. But maybe there's a lot more variety in that game than there is in this port. This port, this version of the game is. Let's just be honest. This is bad. Because it's really repetitive. Like, this is basically all there is to the game. What you see right now... I mean, there's some different scenery sometimes. You want to find that guy? I know, I would love to hear from the Micronics dude. Oh my god, it's a bad port! I know. Well, so also, I don't really remember how the music was in the arcade either. I'm assuming that the arcade version had kind of like a drum, kind of like a Russian attack, kind of like military kind of drum beat as its background music, which is what this is trying to sort of represent. Doing a really bad job. I mean, wow. This has got to be like some of the just worst music on the Famicom, at least certainly to this point. There have been some bad musics, but yeah, that music really does not work well. The constant beeping, I know. I guess in the arcade, that beeping, what is that supposed to represent? Like a whistle or something? Or a... do. Trying to think what that would represent. Like a horn, maybe? Do. Give this game a 1 and the music is 0. I don't know. 1 is really... I don't know if... 1 is a little harsh, because quite honestly, although the game is repetitive and it's kind of boring, it's at least playable. Mechanics-wise, I think this is actually not... It is a little bit stiff, and like it's a little bit... This is like slightly janky, but I think that it's definitely more fun than Macross. Like at least there's more variety. I think, I don't know, I think this is probably still a slightly better game than Macross, quite honestly. Although Macross does have really good music going for it. If you just take the music and put that aside, this is probably a better game just to play. If you play them up, but with the music, I don't know. Kind of changes things. Anyway, this name is not very good. I don't know. Maybe it's like a 3. You know, it's just kind of underwhelming. But it's not like overtly terrible. I mean, you can just mute the sound as far as the music goes if you want to just like play it for fun. One out of 1942. It's more fun, however, when I actually get like power-ups. I need to get a little farther so we can like check out the different power-ups the game has. The constant slowdown. Well, I wouldn't say that it has slowdown per se. It's just that I think what you're referring to is like how. Well, okay, the game just moves slow in general. But I believe that's probably true with the arcade game as well. Actually, I don't know. We'd have to check out the arcade. Maybe we should take a look at the arcade game to just see how different they are. I think that the pace of the arcade game may also be slow. Yeah. Well, like the animation, like things just animate kind of jerkily in Micronics games. Like, you know, today we tend to like use the word frame rate for it, so we would just say that it has like a bad frame rate or whatever. Oh, I need to get these guys. Need to get them. Oh, there was a power up, and I died before I could get it. That sucks. Damn it. It might have been the one I wanted. Yeah, 1943, from what I remember, is a much better game. Give me that shit. Alright, yes, I got the 2 shit. Okay, so this makes the game quite a bit more fun. This is actually kind of a... Clearly this is inspired by Galaga, the extra ships that you get. So this is the best power-up in the game. For sure. And the fact that this power-up is in here kind of... It almost raises the game a point by itself. Almost. I don't know if it does, actually, but... Whoa! That came from behind. It's alright. Of course, it also makes your target... It's a double-edged sword because it makes your hitbox bigger, too. If one of those ships on the side takes a hit, that ship gets destroyed. You don't necessarily die, but the ship gets destroyed and you lose half your firepower. So, you definitely don't want to let your ships get hit. Obviously, you want to keep this awesome firepower for as long as you can. But I think that this is definitely this is a pretty cool feature. It's also the best part of Galaga as well. When you get the 2 ships and all of a sudden your firepower doubles, that feels pretty great. Oh no! There, I knew I was gonna not be able to avoid that. See, I just lost half of my firepower. Well, I guess 1/4. Johnny Micronics is out there somewhere. We need to find that man. Johnny Micronics. You guys ever seen Johnny Mnemonic? That movie is hilarious. That's like a really fun, bad movie to watch. I recommend it. Get some friends. Watch some Johnny Mnemonic sometime. You'll have a good time. That and Bram Stoker's Dracula are two very entertaining Keanu Reeves performances. Sometimes Keanu is, he turns in a genuinely good performance. You know, like The Matrix or River's Edge. Sometimes not so good. Give me that! Okay. Yeah. I don't remember. Oh, it's just a bomb? Fuck that. Sometimes a not so good performance. Like a Johnny Mnemonic or a Bram Stoker. Yeah, he runs the gamut, that Keanu Reeves. Usually, when he's bad, he's still good. Keanu Reeves is kind of like pizza. Even when he's bad, he's still kind of good. That's how I feel about Keanu. Take that fucking giant shit. This game does have, like, kind of a boss that has, like, a giant plane you can find. I don't know if you have to get with the level 32 to actually find that. Let me see if I can catch up with chat while playing. I rated Gyros to 7, and you have to agree. Yeah, I mean, keep in mind that my scale is a little bit harsher. So, but 7 means great game. So, Gyros is a great game. It's like not an amazing game, but it's a great game, you know. So it definitely, I think, it's a 7. But I did really enjoy Gyros. Pretty cool game. What else? Winona Ryder is in that Dracula movie. I actually don't remember that with Winona Ryder's in it. Maybe. Could be. And Gary Oldman is Dracula. Ooh, I did not remember that. Wow. Nice. I haven't seen that movie in a long time, actually. He has a weird hairdo. Oh, I do remember that, the weird hair. We made fun of it, Mr. Smith. Yeah, that's right, they did. That was good. So, what round are we on? Like, fucking... I don't know. It actually counts... It counts the rounds kind of weirdly. Oh, no! No, I missed the power-up. Fuck. The red shits are what gives you the power-up. So, you definitely want to shoot that. You need to shoot all of them. Oops, I died anyway. Well, whatever. That might be my last life. Oh, I have one more. This is my last life right here. If you can make it far enough, the scenery does change. So you can see we've actually reached a landmass to fly over now. So, of course, the game's not really going to change. It's still going to be the exact same game. This game has basically 3 enemies. There's like green little ships. It has gray little ships. It has medium-sized green ships, medium-sized gray ships, and it has big green ships. I don't know and it has the power-up ship. Basically, every enemy is kind of the same. This game is really not a lot of variety in the enemy department. Yeah. Maybe the background's changed a little bit. Sometimes you fly over land, sometimes you fly over sea. The music's never going to change. It's always just going to be this. So, nothing to look forward to there. There's not any cool boss music or anything. Of course not. Almost died there. So, I don't think this is the worst Micronics game. There's definitely worse Micronics. This game is actually... At least this game is pretty playable. It's a lot more playable than something like Ikari Warriors. Which is so ridiculously hard to play without using that code. This game's... Yeah, you can play this game. I mean, you can see that. Probably could beat it pretty easily because the game is really not that hard. It's a little bit like... It's easy to die when you're like trying to look at your chat, but if you can just focus on the game and, you know, not worry about anything else, you can certainly, like, the levels don't really change, so if you can, like, beat one level, you can beat everything. Other than that one boss, which we haven't got to yet, but it seems kind of difficult. You found out there's only one boss left? The Moon Presence? Did you already beat Gehrman, Ghost Rider? Yeah. Oh, so if you got the Moon Presence, then sounds like you're gonna get the... Moon Presence is sort of optional himself. I mean, you can easily miss him. You're gonna grind Chalice Dungeons? That's probably a good idea. Listen, actually, Ghost Rider, it doesn't really... You can do that if you want, but it doesn't matter. New Game Plus does not affect Chalice Dungeons. They will not get any harder, so you don't have to worry about that. It affects the normal game. Well, one thing that... one reason why you might want to do Chalice Dungeons before is simply because... New Game Plus does make blood vials more expensive, and you might want to buy more blood vials. So there is that. Otherwise, though, the actual dungeons themselves are not changed. You need to really worry about that. What does the red power-up do? I have no idea what that did. Maybe a 1-up? I don't know. What does R equals 5 mean? Oh, those are... Oh. So maybe one of those is, like, giving me... So this game does not have bombs. Instead it has this, like... I didn't show this off. I forgot. You do, like, a loop-de-loop, and that makes you temporarily invincible. But it's not really that great, because when you come out... You could... An enemy could, like, be flying over you right as you're coming out of the loop, and then you'll just, like, automatically get hit. So... It's kind of a desperation thing you want to use only if you really have to. It's really not, like, a bomb would be better. But it's different though, you know. It's not really that exciting. You haven't beat Garen yet? Oh, okay. Well, I don't want to spoil it for you, but the Moon Presence, there's something you need to do to trigger him. You won't necessarily get to fight him. Chalice Dungeons help with level grinding. That is true. Alright, well, oh, you can continue this game? I didn't even realize that. Actually, wow, well, this game is really easy then if you can continue. Like, anybody could get through this game. You know, like, we could easily play through this entire game with the continues and not have to worry about it, but it's gonna obviously take a long time to play, like, I don't know. I don't think we want to play through this whole game on stream. Like, I just don't think we want to bother. What do you guys think? It just seems not worth it. It's probably going to take like an hour and a half of just playing this. It took, I checked, TMR I think took, what do you take, like an hour, 15 minutes or something? You're going to raise your strength all the way to 99? Why would you do that, Ghost Rider? Don't do that. Don't raise your strength to 99 in Bloodborne. That doesn't, no. I explained about the soft caps, right? There's no reason to take it. The only reason to take it above 50 is if you have absolutely every other stat at 50 already. If you have all your stats at 50, then go ahead and raise something to 99. But it really won't make that much of a difference. So by soft cap, in case you don't know, that means that there's extreme diminishing returns. In other words, you get less and less for your points past a certain number. Like, the diminishing returns already get kind of severe past 40. Past 50, you're getting very, very little for your points into strength. So you'd be better off just diversifying, like putting points into dexterity so you can try different weapons, or... You certainly want to make sure you have vitality and endurance. Or stamina, I forget what it's called. You want to have those at 50. You probably want to have... all the... I forget what the utility stats are. Probably want to get those at 50. The gun stat, you probably want to have that at 50. You want to be as overpowered as possible. Right, you should... Okay, but there's just no reason... You'd be better off just raising all of your stats to 50 first. And some of them... Not all of them get boosts. Like, it depends on the stat. Like, some of them may not even need to go to 50. Vitality, I think if you want... Actually, Vitality is probably the best candidate to go to 50 first. Because I think Vitality actually you get a decent amount of health all the way to 50. So it's kind of worth doing. Stamina, I'm not sure. You have to check. Make sure you take a look at, like, what each level actually gives you in terms of how much it raises your stats. You want to... Because it's different for every class. Yes, we got the bonus ships. Okay, maybe I'll feel like playing this game a little bit longer now. I could do that, but do I really want to? I don't. I kind of want to... I don't know. You know what? That's enough. Here, we played enough of this game, I think, right? Yeah, let's rate. What would you guys rate 1942? Let's move on. Because that's all there is to the game. I mean, there's nothing else. That's it. Well, there's a boss. There's a boss which we could look at, but it's really not that exciting. It's just like a giant plane, and it doesn't move or anything. It just kind of sits there, and it shoots bullets at you. Where do you put that alphabetically? Should 10-yard fight go before... Actually, it should, shouldn't it? I think it should. should go here, right? And then 1942 should go below 10 yard fight, but above 4 nin, I guess. Yes, so 2 out of 10, maybe 3 if you were generous. It's interesting, Mr. Leo. It looks like you're going to rate it lower than Macross. I think if you had played Macross yourself, you would probably have rated it. You'd probably reverse that, because I know that, I mean, without just looking at them, you would think that Macross is the better game, but I really think that 1942 is a lot more playable than Macross is, even though it's still, they're both really repetitive games. And the music of Macross is music of Macross is actually good, whereas the music of 1942 is terrible. But yet, 1942 is just a lot more playable. Even though it is kind of it's a Micronics kind of stiff, kind of not really that well programmed. It's not smooth. I'm still going to give it a 3, though, I think. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I could give it a 2, maybe. This is the worst game the worst game he made, you think? Oh, no, it's not. No, it's definitely not the worst Micronics game. Definitely not. I agree with that. Floxit. I mean, the worst one that I can think of right now is Ikari Warriors, but we haven't played all of them yet. So there may be even worse ones. Well, I mean, there's nothing really wrong with the way that Macross controls per se. It's just the way it feels to play is just bad, because just shooting stuff, like it doesn't feel like, see, with Macross, there's no satisfaction at all to like actually shooting this stuff. It flies at you too fast. It's hard to avoid bullets, and you don't really even want to shoot anything. You just want to get to the boss. Whereas 1942, like, it feels more. It just feels better actually shooting the ships. There's more satisfaction to it to actually play. It's like it's just more playable. So I guess we'll give the music a 0. I'm gonna give it a 3-0. I think it's kind of teetering on being a 2, but I'm gonna give it a 3. And we did not beat it, and we're not gonna ever beat it. I don't think, because it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Oh wait, there shouldn't be a link there yet. Hold on, let me erase that. I don't know why. Why does it keep putting a link there? That's weird. What the fuck is with this? What if I do this? And then copy that. All right, there we go. All right. So that's 1942. Well, let's move on.